Right, boys, here we are. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are at start of season 4 with Fenerbahce. Decided to play on a fair bit. Finished as champions, which you already knew about from last week's episode. Today we're in September, early September. We did play a little bit on stream on Sunday night, so remember now Fenerbahce is the stream save. I am streaming tomorrow night, which is Thursday, around 9 o'clock on the channel. Good idea to hit that notification bell, just so you know when I go live. Make sure you subscribe, like today's video. Let's get into it. We've got casting pasta today. We've had big issues in the transfer window, big problems financially. The board won't give us a penny, despite us being super rich. So it's been very, very difficult. Probably the hardest summer of business we've had to do on the series so far. Let's just hope we can just win the league this year. Don't disappoint in Europe. And then hopefully the board at some point will have to give us some money to spend. Right, guys, let's get into it. Right, so here we are. Our original budget was nothing. We did get 41 grand from a transfer. We've got 117 left in the transfer budget. We have paid a couple of players free signing on fees. We sold Gerelnik for 800k. So we had all of that to spend, and we've put that into signing on fees basically. We were never going to be able to sign a player for like 800k. As you can see, they've given us 86 million in the bank. As you can see, that we've got 86 million pounds in the bank. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. This was up at 70 million at the start of the year, start of the season. I did ask, it wasn't possible to ask them for money at the start of the season. I then asked them around maybe August time, I think. And they came back and said, no, we just restructured our budget. Basically, we're paying less a month because they've whopped in these interest-only payments, 1.5 instead of, it was about 2.4, I think. So it's come down again, one stretch until like 2046, which is ridiculous. The debt is not a problem, even though it would have been nice to sort of like, you know, the bank, we're only paying off the interest, so for the majority of the save, I imagine, we're going to be paying, our debt is going to be 326 million. But we are rich because we've got all that in the bank. The outgoings are low. Bit pissed off, to be honest. Really pissed off. I thought this season, season 4, would have been the opportunity to really splash the cash, get some players that are probably transfer listed from like the big 2 or 3 leagues, make a real impact for us, sign maybe 3 or 4 good young Turkish players, and that's not the case. So transfers, players that have left, Yilmaz and Varina both retired. He's a nobody. Kaki was a nobody, left back. Colin Kazim-Richards, who is still available, and Senad Luic, both aging players. We've kind of lost 3 strikers there. Yilmaz, Colin Kazim, and then Gerelnik, who we were playing up front. He's been sold, so we had to sign some strikers, and not having any money was difficult. So of course we got Jamie Vardy in, free transfer, 2,900 a week. He's pretty good. Mentals are still good. Finishing good. First touch. He's just going to play as a... It says he could do presser. He's a backup, boys. He's a backup, no more than that. Remember, we've still got Marucci, Tosun, Saida Manish, Unal. They've all stayed. We've also signed a big-name player as well, so it wasn't necessary to really have any more than that. But at 2,900 a week, he retires at the end of the season. He can just play Turkish Cup games. He's not going to be asked... He's not going to be asked about game time and stuff. He's an impact sub. He was happy with that as well. So, yeah, Jamie Vardy in. There's a theme. There's a theme for this now. We have got George Cuenca back on loan, which is good. We couldn't get Amapadu back. He went to Napoli. Chose Napoli, which is a bit of a shame. We haven't got Valverde back either. He was transfer listed, not available for loan. That was a deal that we couldn't do. But we've got Valverde in. He was superb for us last year, 7.24 average, left-sided centre-back as well. Big one, the big one, Gareth Bale. Now, we aren't playing with wingers, but we're playing him in as an advanced forward because 16 finishing, excellent heading, long shots, passing, good technique, good work rate, not great. But we have obviously Tosun and Marucci up there, work hard. Physical's very good for him. He's on a 1-year deal at 67 grand a week. We're not paying Obviously, there was no transfer fee. 1 year deal. I think it's a bag. And we needed a name. The board wanted names as well, so it's helped us get someone in of that calibre. And you never know down the line. Gives us the option to move and play with wingers a little bit. Sam Vokes. Reasoning. I needed a backup. So last year we had Colin Kazim-Richards and Barut as a backup for Marucci. Marucci's physicals are, even though his physicals are great, he always needs to be rested. He always needs to be coming off after 70 minutes if the game's done, because his fitness does drop a lot quicker than the others. So I needed a backup, someone who could just bring off the bench. Sam Vokes was available on a free. He's looked all right in the games that he's done, his 2 sub appearances in the league. Once again, 3.2k a week. He's 32. No, he's not great, but neither was Colin Kazim-Richards. We are quite, as I said, we've got Marucci, Saida Manish, Unal, Bale and Tosun, 5 really good strikers there. So he's not going to play that much. But Sam Vokes, innit? The chat on Sunday in the stream all wanted him in. It was an easy option for him. Just if he can just manage the workload of Marucci a little bit, that would be great. Diego Godin was a late one. We just needed the 6th choice centre half when we were playing 3 at the back. I couldn't do any more deals. He's 6.75 a week. Tremendous mentals. His pace for a 36-year-old isn't shocking. Strength 7, pace 6. I wish the strength and stuff, I think I've said in a previous video, the strength thing is an absolute bollocks. Even though he's 36, there's not a chance his strength will drop to 7. But there we go. He's in. Experience again. What I'm really hoping for this season is, as I said, we just win the league again. Galatasaray look like they're strong this year. So we just need to win the league. Europeans a bonus. Luckily, the board still just want us to be competitive, so not much of an issue. We just need to make sure we win the league again, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some money. Alessandro Bastoni is in, left-sided centre-half. He can probably play in all 3 positions. He could do the libero for us as well, so he will cover all 3 positions. We have still got Serdar Aziz as well that can play right-side centre-half. On loan for Inter Milan, yes, we're paying a lot of his wages, but we were very, very limited to what we could do. There wasn't as many players on loans, available than what there was last season, so I have found it pretty tough. I have used him before in FM19. Pace pretty decent, mental's okay, technical's okay. He'll do a job for us covering in all 3 positions across the centre-halves. Daniel Vass, we've struggled once again for cover. Sangari is now first choice. Dalot went on a permanent deal I can't think where he went, but he went on a permanent deal for 7.5 million. We've got Daniel Vass, and he can do various. He could do even left back at a push for us. He's going to be our backup wing back. It's very good. Physical's not great, but that didn't affect Gongul. So I'm hoping that, with his crossing ability, first touch, passing's decent, technique, tackling, he'll do a job for us at right wing back. He can also play deep line playmaker. As what will that be, like a 3rd choice? And the last one, we have got a bit of a Turkish wonder kid in on loan. Potentially a player that we'd be able to get permanently because he's now at the age of 20. Roma are not using him. He is Galatasaray. So he starts the game at Galatasaray. Does he start the game at Galatasaray? Yeah, he would have started the game at Galatasaray. Roma picked him up for an absolute bargain, 1.5 million. We've got him in. He's our backup deep line playmaker for Baez, who's going to be our number 1 this year. So the squad itself, we're covered in all positions. We're not as good as last year. Midfield is looking a little bit short. Tufan and Wiltshire are going to be the box-to-box midfielders. No Valverde. Baez and Cappy, 2 youngsters as the deep line playmakers. Strikers, we're obviously fine. Jetro Williams has spent the whole summer wanting to go. We didn't get any deals good enough for him. We were getting deals for around 10 million, but that was based over instalments and things like that. So I didn't really want him to go. He's not happy about that. We'd probably let him go at the end of the season. I didn't sell him because I wouldn't be able to get a better player in for that price. By the time we've paid fees and stuff, we're looking at getting a player in for about 6 million. I didn't want to let Jetro go, so I've kind of persuaded him to stay. No, I haven't persuaded him to stay. I've forced him to stay. I've just rejected the bids that have come in for him. One club showed interest in Baez. Hoffenheim put in a couple of bids of around 11 million. He didn't even mention about moving, which was good. He hopefully is going to become our star. He needs to get on the score sheet more. Only 1 goal. A couple more goals, but he has started the season very impressively. 1 goal, 3 assists. He is our boy and still only 19 years old. We need to press on with this, bring players into his level so then he doesn't get bored and want to move on. Saida Manish, now we spoke about it in chat on Sunday night. I did reject a bid of about £31 million for Saida Manish. It was about 20 up front, and then the rest from Leipzig was based on instalments over the next sort of like 3 instalments every 12 months. I wish I'd have now sold him. Even I didn't want to let him go, but the 31 million, the 30 million or whatever that we would have got from it, we could have probably strengthened there with 3 players. And because we've got Unal, Bale, Marucci, it was just mainly because he was young and he's our boy. I didn't really want to let him go, but I think when the time does come, who's after him now? Newcastle. You know, they're going to have to bid. They're going to have to bid for him. I think anything 25 million plus we're going to be looking at. But if we can offload him, we probably will, just so it brings in us the opportunity to get some more players in. We do have 100% of any income we get. So if we sell him for 30 million, we're looking at sort of like, you know, getting 3 players for about 7, 8, 9, 10 million each. That would probably do us better than holding on to him. And that's about it. That is about it. Sangare is going to have to really try and stay fit for us this year. Obviously, no Dalot, which is a big shame. He was a great asset for us on that left-hand side, on that right-hand side. He's not played, he's only played 25 games of probably the 50 that we played. And that was normally down to his injury problems. So we're a little bit short in there. We have got a youngster, Mohamed Gumuskaya, who can play it. He's not great. He's more of a winger. To be honest. His tackling's 5, but he's there as backup just in case we need him. We are top of the league. We've already drawn twice, which was a little bit disappointing. Galatasaray are up with us. They can go above us. They've got a game in hand. They've started really, really well. They haven't, I don't think they've strengthened too. Oh, yes, they have. Fair few young players coming in. I'm a little bit annoyed about. They've started picking up some Turkish players, but none of them are any of great quality. He's good. They're starting to pick up players from Danish league, Turkish strikers. They've strengthened, but nothing that really scares me. Bernardo Silva, yeah, he's all right. This guy, they beat us in the Super Cup. This guy looked pretty good, to be fair. Couple of, obviously, a fair few loanies in, having to do wheels and deals like us. Annoying that they're getting to spend 5.5 million when they didn't even have Champions League football last year. And I imagine their finances are okay, so I imagine they're going to be in debt a fair bit. But never mind, we just have to go with what we've got. Kasim Passa today, decent enough pre-season. As I said, we got absolutely smashed by Galatasaray in the cup. It was 2-1. Unal scoring in the 80th minute, and then they scored in 83 and 87 to finish us off. We were shocking. So it was a bit of a worry, but then we responded really well with Bursaspor 2-0 at home, and then we've had a decent start. We had a stale 0-0 against Trabzonspor, and then we've just drawn 3-3 against Kiryaspor. So I'm concerned a little bit because we're not as strong as last year, but that gives us a little bit of an excuse when we don't absolutely boss it. We're just going to play the one game today, Kasim Passa, and then stream tomorrow night, 9:30. If you're not available for the stream, I will upload the stream onto the playlist as well, so you get to watch it after, so you don't miss any of the games. But on the stream, we've got a World Cup year as well, so it's making the fixtures pretty weird. It's going to be pretty hectic. So I think the squad rotation stuff's going to be key. We're playing Friday, which is today, then Tuesday, then next Wednesday, no league game in between, then Galatasaray away, then Lyon away. So we've got some big games coming up on the stream. Champions League, we've got Milan, Benfica and Lyon. So we got lucky in terms, we were 4th seeds. We got lucky to a certain extent, but then we got difficult sort of like 3rd seeds. But I think it's left it, that is very much an open... I think Milan. So Milan finished 3rd. I can't remember who was the seed. Probably Benfica. Benfica would have been obviously there, but Benfica would have been first seed. So we got a decent first seed. And then perhaps Lyon would have been second seed, Milan third seed, and us fourth seed. So we probably got a difficult third seed. But out of all the groups, this was probably the second easiest group we could have got. You know, there's Barcelona, Man City, and Chelsea, Madrid, Liverpool, Juventus, Leverkusen, Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund. That would have been the one there. That would have been the one. Porto, Ajax, Schalke, and Spartak. But we'll just have to see how we can get on. I said the board don't want anything, so if we can maybe even get third place, I'm just more thinking of money, to be honest. If we can get out of the group stage, that'll be absolutely fantastic. Right, let's pick a team. You want to see, Gareth Bale's not had a great time of it, but you want to see him in action today, don't you? So let's make sure that Gareth is in. Side of me shall have to sit out. Going to go a little bit more aggressive today. We're going to put Omar Baez on attacking playmaker. Let's see if he can get a little bit further forward. Right, let's get Jetro in as well. He's had a little bit of an unhappy spell. Boateng is back fit, so Godin can come out. Godin can go on the bench. So there's Serdar. He's kind of played second fiddle last year, with us having... Who do we have at right centre half? Amapadu phased himself in over the course of the season. So very experienced, still very, very good, and does pop up with a few goals during the season. Right, there we go. I think that's like our strongest side. I think that's our strongest side, boys. We need two fans. Two fans the key. We couldn't find a box-to-box mid. Well, to be fair, we've had deals rejected for... Amapadu went somewhere else. Who else went somewhere else? Fred chose to go on loan to Flamenco rather than us. That was disappointing. And I think there was someone else. Costa. Diego Costa's gone. I think he's gone to Leicester. He wanted a lot of money to be a pressing forward, and I didn't want to upset it too much. So I didn't offer him the biggest amount I could have done. Oh, and Hakan, the Turkish player at, I'm not going to pronounce his surname, the guy who's at Milan, transfer listed, we just couldn't afford him, and he'd gone 7.5 million, he's gone somewhere else. So that was disappointing, because in my Turkey game where I'm playing as Turkey manager in the Euros competition, he's been class in there. He's been really good, so... Disappointing. I did want to get some high-profile names in, but the budget is not allowing us to do that. I'm doing a Jose. I'm definitely doing a Jose by whinging at the board all season long. Right, here we go. So Cassim Password third. So it's not going to be a walkover. They're playing in a little pink cheeky number. I've not seen that one before. Right, we're coming up to half an hour. Absolutely nothing has happened. Right, Chancellor with a throw. Bajic. All the way back to Heiss. FM19 play for me that. No, FM18 play for me that. Heiss. The German. And they're knocking it around us nicely. They've been patient with it. Come on. Good. See, I'm on edge. I'm now not expecting us just to turn up week in, week out and just steamroll teams. Because we're not as strong as what we were last year. But we still should have the quality to beat most teams, and we've still got the creativity. I don't think Marucci's made a great start to the season either. He's not scored many goals. Right, Heiss on the ball. We've not done anything, have we? We've not done anything. Heiss. Cross the far stick. Alessandro's underneath it. Dretro clears. Oh, we should have got that. Baez. Oh no, Ozan's picked up the seconds. Gareth Bailey's in. Come on, Gareth. Oh, save. Fucking save. Never score one-on-ones at the moment. I feel like the one-on-ones has gone back to what it was earlier in the year in the game, where no one-on-ones was getting scored at all. Right, 20 to go. I'm going to keep Bale on. I'm going to put Marucci as a presser, but I'm actually going to take him off and put Saida Manish on. He's only 6.4 because he's missed that chance. He is good in the air as well. This is going to be a 0-0, boys. Here we go, Baez. Come on. Oh, are we going to get lucky here with a penalty? We have. Who's taking it? Who's that? Is that Tosun? Come on, Cenk. Just. Bit of luck. it's a bit of a luckless save at the moment. We've been gifted a penalty. Right, Gareth's gone down to 6.3. You can now come off, Gareth. And there we go, 1-0. Not the greatest game for you boys. More of a recap. But we've won a game. And we are just going to give him a bollocking. I don't want to change the tactic though. I was thinking about maybe doing a diamond. But I want to keep my 3 at the back. We're not strong enough in midfield to play like an advanced playmaker and not have 3 centre forwards. It's sort of like meaning that we'd be a little bit short in there. But what I think we will do is a little bit more often. We'll go a little bit more direct, a little bit maybe faster tempo, get the ball up the pitch a little bit quicker to the front boys, rather than having sort of like the slow build-up that we are currently doing. Did Bayers get man of the match then? At 7.2. Yeah, he's in good form. Even when I always find in the game, they always give him stupid ratings. He'll be crap all game. He'll take a free kick. They'll score from it. He'll get an assist, and then ratings fly up. But he didn't get an assist there, and his ratings and his rating for the game was really, really good. So remember, Thursday night stream. If you do miss it, it will be uploaded as a VOD on the playlist. But yeah, Benfica first, then Milan, then Galatasaray, then Lyon. 3 massive away games. It's going to be a tough season, I think. I think it's going to be a really tough season. Galatasaray still haven't played their game yet. But if we're to make it 3 in a row, we're going to have to really focus on the league. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're really going to make sure that we don't give anyone else a sniff. All right, guys, so that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you like the transfers. Let me know which transfers sparked your interest, got you excited, if any. Gareth Bale, surely. He's just not made the impact that we want just yet. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see you tomorrow night in the stream. See you later.